Hey YouTube, thought I'd post a video of this new, very old Tru-Cut I purchased last week from a guy who maintains my riding mower. He had found it at an auction or some sort of estate sale in Richmond, Virginia, and it looks like it's just been sitting in someone's basement or perhaps a shed for years and years. It's as you can see, it's got very little wear on the tires. It has very little wear on the blades. Other than a good sharpening, it really doesn't need any improvement. It's there's really no nicks on it, and there's again very little wear. I took the cutting bar off yesterday, and it's surprisingly pristine. It doesn't look like there's any wear on the bar itself. It just needs a good sharpening. So my assumption is that someone purchased this and then maybe after a season or two just stopped using it. I'm not really sure. The caster wheels, took these off. It seemed like the loosener at the top to actually rotate the wheels had never been undone, so I did that yesterday, and they are moving, but need some more manipulation, maybe a little more grease to get those things going. The chain drives are pretty taut. They are really effective. There's no wear on them whatsoever. It doesn't look like there's any wear on the teeth. Again, the tires are in really great shape. The only major issue I'm seeing is the height adjuster. There's no height adjuster on the handlebars themselves, and if you look, the handlebars are kind of crude compared to what you get today with a new Tru-Cut. There is a small bolt opening right here. I don't know what it's for. There was nothing attached to it when I purchased it. There's not one on this side, and I can't remember from looking at other people's videos and photos if there is one for the height adjuster on this side. So I'm not sure if maybe there was one and there was some apparatus up here that attached, or maybe it was an option that the original purchaser decided not to take advantage of and just went with the caster wheels and maybe a hand adjuster, because they did move up and down pretty easily. So if anyone knows if maybe the old Starlight Tru-Cuts didn't have height adjuster on the handles, that'd be nice to know. I was thinking about perhaps purchasing new handlebars with the height adjuster and see if I can attach a bar. But again, I need to figure out if there needs to be some sort of attachment on that side. And if there is, I'm probably not going to be able to do that. Again, it was made originally by Starlight, which my understanding was the original manufacturer of Tru-Cuts, and are since out of business. I think they were an aerospace company. The engine is an old B&S, 4-stroke. It's very old, but it does run. It actually has an old kill switch, which is something you don't see every day anymore. But it does run. But I am thinking about replacing with a GX 160 because the dimensions seem almost exact to the engines you can purchase now. So if anyone has any feedback or suggestions on what they would do if they had this thing, I'd greatly appreciate it. I think, just for reference, the serial number begins with 63, and I did call Tru-Cut last week to inquire about the number, and the gentleman said he didn't know if they had records going back that far with that number. I assume that means 1963, but he said he didn't know if he'd go back any further than 65 or 70. But now, according to him, it's at least close to 50 years old, which I wouldn't doubt. But again, it seems like it was maybe used for a couple seasons and put aside and forgotten about for a long time. But it's in great shape. I do plan on upgrading it, improving it. And again, if you have any comments on how to do that, I'd really appreciate it. Thanks.